100-year longevity method. Since there is no language to express the feeling of loneliness in detail, loneliness is only conveyed as the thought of being lonely. In the future, when there is more research on loneliness, it will be possible to express loneliness in detail. Hello? This is your Health Digest channel. We always produce videos for your health management with information from Korean health management specialists and researchers in related fields. Is there anyone who hasn't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and like right now. And please share it with the people around you so that we can all live healthy lives. Loneliness, like other emotions, affects the body in some way. This is because almost all emotions affect the body in some way and lead to specific physiological reactions. At this time, loneliness is very likely to lead to negative physiological reactions. When loneliness worsens, pain follows. However, it is important to note that the pain from loneliness and the center of the brain that feels physical pain are the same. Special brain imaging, fMRI, shows that the part of the brain that reacts when one feels social loneliness is the same as the part that reacts when one feels physical pain, dorsal anterior cingulate. This can be seen as having a significant meaning. The fact that the pain from loneliness and the physical pain caused by some cause are detected in the same part of the brain means that loneliness can also be accompanied by pain. The most important events in our lives are production, birth, illness, and death. In Christianity, production is a wedding ceremony, birth is a baptism, illness is the sacrament of the sick, and death is a funeral. These religious ceremonies have special meanings, but when people go through these religious ceremonies, they reach deep inside themselves and help them find the meaning of life, while also soothing the loneliness that comes with it. These religious ceremonies also have the effect of arranging meetings with other people. Rituals are not limited to religion. Rituals can also be found in families, schools, social groups, or countries. At home, we have ancestral rites to visit our ancestors during Chuseok, schools have entrance and graduation ceremonies, social groups hold unity events, and at the national level, we have March 1st Independence Movement Day ceremonies and National Foundation Day ceremonies. These ceremonies serve as a centripetal force that unites people's hearts, helping to build solidarity and, as a result, having the effect of relieving loneliness. Computers are a means of civilization that is increasingly distancing people from one another. People use them to obtain email, electronic newspapers, and various types of information, and they even talk to each other while looking at the computer screen. Furthermore, social networking services such as Facebook and Twitter are being formed, and as countless people participate in them, information is spreading at an incredible rate, becoming established as a social phenomenon. Some scholars diagnose that the reason social networking services were able to spread so rapidly was because of the loneliness of humanity. In other words, if people were not lonely, today's social networking services would not have been so popular. For modern people, loneliness is now an inseparable companion. Many research studies have shown that social and emotional influences have serious effects on health. This includes the serious effects of loneliness on health. Social loneliness has a significant effect on health, comparable to high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, smoking, and lack of exercise. It is not difficult to understand that the effects of family ties on health are greatly influenced by the mutual gains between family members through food, exercise, and hobbies, rather than loneliness. People can thrive and become healthy within social ties. According to one research study, lonely people are more likely to be hospitalized. At this time, the scale of loneliness is not determined by the number of times you come into contact with people, but by the quality of the contact. At this time, the quality of contact refers to the meaning implied by the meeting. In other words, contact with people who have some meaning has a positive effect on the feeling of loneliness, rather than contact with people who have no special meaning. Let's find out how to overcome this loneliness healthily. For reference, the average life expectancy of Koreans is currently 90 years for women and 86 years for men as of 2024, which is one of the longest average life expectancies in the world. It has increased by more than 5 years compared to 10 years ago, and the average life expectancy of Koreans is increasing every year. I hope you all always watch our Health Digest channel and maintain a healthy life. Most loneliness comes from me. I have to change myself first. After changing my thoughts, I should take a close look at the people around me and the groups and meetings I have, and then participate in them. Young people have the power to overcome loneliness. However, it is difficult for the elderly to endure loneliness. Loneliness is often linked to anxiety and depression, and it often leads to doubts about life and suicide among the elderly. Therefore, we need to pay special attention to the loneliness of the elderly and come up with countermeasures that it is desirable to be exposed to various news. However, when I come across bad news, I become depressed and feel lonelier. Most of the news these days is negative. I need to be exposed to balanced news. By changing your perception of what has happened, you can reduce guilt, shame, regret, and self-blame. You need to break away from the things you have been used to in your life and have the heart to appreciate and be grateful for new things. You need to have the courage to take on new challenges. You need the courage to approach others, not just approach yourself. Break away from the frame of thinking centered on yourself. Look around you, think about what you have to offer, and make a plan to put it into practice. It is not about being lonely, but being happy. There are many paths to happiness, but the most desirable path is to live a productive life using your talents. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, find a companion. This is an African proverb. Africa, the birthplace of mankind, has taught us the most important lesson through proverbs that people do not live alone as they have become the home of mankind. If the path of life becomes a fast path, it will be difficult, and it will be easier to set out on the path with the attitude of going far. In life and in all things, if you want to go the fast way, it is often better to go alone. However, if you go the long way alone, it will be lonely and inefficient. Did you find today's content helpful? Don't forget to subscribe and like and set up notifications, and be sure to click all of them right now. I will come back next time with more useful content with substantial information from Korean health management experts. Thank you for watching.